What's going on, Salt Strong Nation? Today we're going to be talking about the new Slam Shady EZ Shrimp from Z-man. This is an awesome little bait profile I'm going to show you guys here real quick. As you guys can see, it's made out of their really tough Elastec material. Got a great articulated tail design to it. It's got really good action in the water, and if you use the proper rigging and the right retrieve, you can get a lot of really great strikes out of this bait, and that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. How to rig this thing up right and how to retrieve it so you can get the most strikes possible out of all those fish you're after. Now let's start off with rigging, and it's really important, I believe, to use the Z-man Texas Eye jig heads with this bait. This is a fantastic option. There's a lot of different things you could use, the owner twist locks, the Trout eye jig heads, but I do believe that with the design of this bait, the articulated tail, and the way that it moves in the water when we use the retrieve I'm going to talk about later, this Texas Eye jig head works really well. Now to rig this up, what we're going to go ahead and do, take that hook point, and you've got these shrimp right here. You're going to run that hook point straight through the nose of the bait. I'm going to let the camera focus up so you guys can see here, and you're going to run that through the nose of the bait like so, and there's a little slot right where those legs are that you're going to run that hook point straight through. Once you're out through the slot, run it all the way up to the hook keeper, and there's a little keeper that's going to hold that really nice tough Elastec material good and tight to the bait, as you guys will see here in a second. You know, you can see that little gray hook keeper right there, tough against that plastic. So our goal here now is to make sure that this hook point sits flush against the back, and the best way to do that, take that tail where you get the first articulation where that tail starts to bend up, take that hook point and run it through the back of the shrimp like so. That's going to sit real nice and flush against the back of that shrimp, and you run that plastic right back up on top of it. You guys can see, got yourself a really nice little soft plastic shrimp imitation. Now the big thing that I like about using these Texas Eye jig heads is, you guys can see the eye articulates and allows free movement of that shrimp, and when we're going to use the retrieve that I'm going to talk about, which, spoiler alert, it's a twitch pause, what's going to happen is this lure is going to come down and it's going to settle on the bottom, and that shrimp's sitting there, and that head allows movement of that shrimp while it's sitting on the bottom. So if you incorporate some longer pauses, let's say you're in an area that you know there's a lot of tailing redfish, or there's fish that are kind of meandering around, maybe even some black drum, that lure is going to be sitting there, and the current's going to put just the slightest amount of wiggle on that tail, and it's a nice little subtle action that can really generate some good strikes from spooky fish or fish that aren't really keying in on erratic movements. So this allows a lot of versatility for the lure even when you're not moving it. Now to show you what this twitch pause is going to look like in action, again, we're just going to be popping up away from the lure with our wrist. So if the lure is out to your right, pop up to your left, and you're going to be creating that twitch pause, which is going to lift that lure up and again let it settle back down to the bottom. Now if you're fishing for trout, snook, predators that typically strike upwards, where we're going to see most of these strikes occur is as that lure is coming down. So don't feel like you have to wait too long on the bottom to get those strikes if those are the species you're after. Now if you're in areas where you know there's a lot of redfish, or that's your target species, I would slow it down just a little bit and allow a couple more seconds on the bottom, because as we know, most redfish are feeding with their nose downward. They're kind of meandering around looking for shrimp that are buried up in the mud. So we're going to want to let that lure kind of hang low and be in that strike zone a little bit longer. And believe it or not, this lure will work offshore as well. I saw a triple tail hanging around in this bucket, gave a quick little pitch over there. Again, twitch pause, got that triple tail to come out and slam that EZ Shrimp, as you guys will see here in a second. Oh! He ate it! Woo! Got him! Good job, Y.
Nice work.
Dude, on the EZ Shrimp. On the EZ Shrimp.
Now we can go get that bucket too.
Yeah. Get him, Y. Yeah! That's awesome, bud. That is
Where's
sick.
your phone? I'll get your phone. My phone sucks.
That is awesome. So there you guys have it. Whether you're on the flats looking for redfish and trout, or if you're offshore and you see some triple tail hanging around in a floating bucket, this EZ Shrimp is a great choice if you're looking for a really good shrimp imitation. If you want to pick one of these guys up, we've got them at the Fish Strong shop at 20% off for Salt Strong Insiders. And if you guys have not joined us in the community, we have tons of amazing discounts on tackle and really amazing fishing tips. I highly recommend you guys do that as well. And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best online fishing club in America, because we literally guarantee we're going to help you catch more fish while saving time and money on your tackle. We do this by providing you with premium education, a private insider community with thousands of reports published daily, and discounts on the best saltwater fishing tackle in the industry right now. So we're looking forward to seeing you join us in the Salt Strong Insider Club soon, and thanks again for watching.